Hi, Dr. Mike Diamonds. The term love handles, it's a bit of a misnomer. Love handles are an area of stubborn fat. It seems to be the first place you gain it and the last to disappear. This is especially true for myself. For a long time, I felt it was impossible to get rid of love handles. That being said, the tips I'm going to mention in this video are steps that I've used as well as my clients repeatedly, and it's also backed by science. Stick around till the end of the video. I'll be giving away a chance for 2 people to be coached by myself for free. But before we dive in, a lot of research and editing goes into making a video like this. Just do me one favor, if you wouldn't mind, gently hit the like button. It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're new. Let's kick it off. Negative energy balance. The simple science dictates that your weight gain and weight loss is known as your energy balance. Energy balance is the relationship between the energy you feed your body and the energy it utilizes. Reducing fat in site-specific areas is a myth. However, being in a caloric deficit over time, you will lose weight and drop body fat overall, including your love handles. In my own experience, it's the last place to go.
It's well understood you need to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight. The name of the game is sustainability. Most people get on a diet, lose the weight, and then regain it back and find themselves in a worse position. If you're able to create a sustainable diet, it will help you to maintain and adapt this lifestyle. Example, this is a Big Mac, 550 calories. Dr. Mike's Mac. This is a cheeseburger with 350 calories. This has double the protein, less than half the fats, and also half the carbs. You can make all the healthier alternative versions of all the foods you like at home. Another example, ice cream, Movenpick, Häagen-Dazs, Ben & Jerry's, let me know which is your favorite. Protein ice cream. I know in the UK you guys have Oppo, there are lower calorie versions and better alternatives.
Cut out sugar as much as possible. This shouldn't come as no surprise. Sugar is not your friend. Refined sugar is 99.4 to 99.7% pure calories, with no vitamins, minerals, fats, or proteins. Just carbohydrates that spike blood sugar, followed by an insulin response and a subsequent sugar crash, leading us to the desire for more. In 2019, the first thing I did was cut out sugar almost completely, and this was my experience. There has been benefit. I felt a greater amount of energy. I've been happier. I'm not sure if you guys could tell in the beginning of the video, but I just have this overall mood. It was life-changing for my overall health.
My best recommendation to curb your sweet tooth is include healthy fruits into your diet. Blueberries are great. I love adding these to my oats. Apples are low in calorie and high in fiber. And some even consider kiwi a superfood. Also, you can find healthier, no added sugar alternatives to some of your favorite foods. This is what I do particularly, and it's helped. If you guys know me, I was super addicted to Oreos. Let's go on to the next tip.
Eat more protein. A high protein diet is important because it will promote muscle growth, which is what we want to achieve. It can also increase your thermic effect of food, also known as TEF. It's caused by the extra calories required to digest, absorb, and process the nutrients in your meal. Protein causes the largest rise in TEF. It increases your metabolic rate by 15 to 30% compared to the 5 to 10% from carbs or the 0 to 3% from fats.
The support on the channel has been amazing lately. And a way to say thank you, I want to help 2 people transform their physiques. 8 weeks of one-on-one coaching with myself. All you need to do is like the video and comment down below why you need coaching. I'll read every single comment. All you need to do is drop that and also leave an Instagram handle for a way for me to contact you. Good luck. My next tip is walking. Workouts that are easy are usually equated to worthless. However, walking and research has shown that it taps mainly into fat stores, and something that it's also good at, it's very easy on the joints and anybody can do it. Coupled with a caloric deficit, if you're walking, say let's do 10,000 steps, it'll contribute to that caloric deficit, and what I do, I slowly increase the number of steps I get over time. So over the past 80 days, I've moved over from 10,000 all the way to 20,000 steps. That sets me in a greater caloric deficit. That helps me get rid of the
fat on my abs and with the love handles. So walking is definitely something you should do. Next is we have cheat meals. It's very likely you will order in at some point or you'll go out for dinner with friends. Eating a meal off plan is very normal, basically having a cheat meal. My best advice is to have them on a full stomach. If you're having a cheat meal that day, have your normal diet during the day and then on a full stomach have your cheat meal. This will reduce the overall intake of calories during your cheat meal. Also, having your cheat meal at night at the end of the day will also help mitigate the overall calorie consumption from said cheat meal.
All eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes.
In the beginning of my fitness journey, I would do about an hour of ab training almost every day. The benefit to this is that I was able to build a solid foundation in terms of my abs and my obliques. The negative side is that I grew frustrated because I was never able to see results. A better approach is to have a complete resistance training program for a number of reasons. One of them includes having a V-taper, broader shoulders coming down to a slimmer waist. And this is able to give you the illusion of having a thinner waist. The second one is that having more muscle tissue on your body will increase your metabolic rate, and also having a complete resistance training program will burn more calories, putting you in a greater deficit, and thus you being able to burn fat, including the love handles over time. That being said, I've left you a free training program and diet program in the description below. It'll be a great foundation, it'll be a great way to start and give you an idea of what to do. All I ask is leave your boy the thumbs up. I'll greatly appreciate it. I'll leave it at that, but resistance training is something I've been doing over the years and will help you tremendously. Let's move on to the next tip. High intensity interval training. I'm gonna sprint 30 seconds at maximum effort, and then I'm gonna warm down for a minute. Warm down for 1 minute. High intensity interval training is a great form of cardio if you're looking to burn a large amount of calories in a short period of time. 30 seconds to a minute of maximum sprint and then 1 minute warm down. Depending on your fitness level, you can do this from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. It's a great tool to use. I recommend doing no more than 3 sessions per week at a maximum of 30 minutes each session. And it's a great tool for fat loss, especially getting rid of that last bit of fat. So it's definitely something you'd consider putting in your arsenal.
Eating high fiber foods. Time and time again, research has shown that a high fiber diet is essential to include in a fat loss regimen. In a study by Burton Freeman, inclusion of fiber in the diet promotes satiation and prolongs satiety. It aids in long-term compliance to low-energy diets, and it encourages healthy food choices and eating habits. My personal favorite is pumpkin or squash. Potatoes are great too. Unfortunately, a painfully underrated variable that can impact your recomposition success on an enormous scale. It affects the functioning of almost every type of tissue and system in the body: the brain, heart, lungs, and others. And as such, nearly every physiological parameter, including metabolism and immune function. A 2018 study by Wang and colleagues had a group of participants on a caloric-restricted diet were separated into 2 groups. A control group who slept normal hours, and another group who slept 1 hour less for 5 nights. The results were staggering. Both groups lost equal amounts of weight due to caloric restriction. But what was lost exactly is the interesting part. The group that slept enough hours lost approximately 83% of fat, and in completely inverse proportion, the group that slept 1 hour less per day lost 85% muscle mass. Subjects sleeping normally lost most of their weight as fat, while subjects sleeping poorly lost most of their weight as muscle mass. And all of this was just from 1 hour of sleep less per night, 5 days per week. And tip 10, intermittent fasting. Without complicating the concept, eating in a certain window does help with managing the diet, and long term, it does help with caloric restriction. You're more likely to eat less calories within 24 hours as opposed to eating within those 8-hour window periods of eating. It's that simple.
So those are the top 10 tips that I recommended and that I personally use. And again, to enter into the coaching giveaway, comment down below why you need coaching with an Instagram handle and like the video. As I promised in the previous one, I'm gonna start shouting out everyone who has hashtag Team Diamonds with a bit of a story or whatever they write, or people who comment first. So these are the 10. And actually I picked 11 because there were some awesome ones. Saeed, MSB, Nestor, Meros, Ogden Zavanovic, Travis Escoffrey, Avishek Roy, Darkip HD, David D, Lenag, Ruhan Sirgil, Jupiter CP, and finally Dr. Franklin. Those comments make my day, so I'll shout out another 10 in the next video. And finally, for the HP Labs giveaway, Nacho Nuri never commented or texted me after even a week. So Paul Stanley, DM me please. 48 hours. Someone take the $250 the HP Labs giveaway. That being said, I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.